Hello there, beautiful people. So I'm really happy to share that I'm going to get back into teaching after a few years of taking a break and having some big personal changes in my life, some wonderful shifts and some wonderful realizations and lots of growth taking place in the last 2 or 3 years of my life. And it's definitely time. I had a friend who asked me to teach her the tarot, and that's what instigated me offering this course into a bigger, wider spectrum audience. And there's going to be a very interesting journey here, I know, for me, and surely for whoever wishes to join me as well. So for me, this life is very much just like, it's like a journey home. It's like coming back to know who we are, to remember the spirit that we really are, to remember our God essence, that source inside of us. There are many different paths that we can take in order to do this. There's many different practices. There's not one that's necessarily better than the other, but we'll find the one that works for us. And over the years, the tarot has been a great tool to help me remember who I am, help me, more than anything, create questions to my life. And we have a whole bunch of learnings and teachings and programs inside of us that we have to unlearn, we have to dismantle, and in a way we have to forget in order to remember who we really are. And the tarot has been a wonderful tool for me over the years, because it hasn't necessarily brought me all the answers directly, so, or at least I don't see it as a direct, the tarot is going to give me answers, because most of the time the tarot gives me more questions, but it's the right questions that it gives me, and those right questions bring up or help me channel the right answers. And a deck of cards isn't going to give you the answers, but it might stimulate the right environment, it might promote the right frame of mind, it might instigate a process which can help us channel and find the right answers for ourselves in our lives. This is super important. This course is going to be based around the tarot, but it's going to be a journey, and it's going to be a journey full of practices, that some of which are definitely based around the tarot, but some of them are not, are individual exercises which stand alone. And I think it's super important to, not to necessarily put the tarot on a pedestal and say, oh yes, let's worship this tool as the best. No, it's not that. We are the ones that need to do the work, and this is just one of the tools in order that we can use, that we can practice with, that we can have in our pockets, and we can take to create this inner communication that instigates this memory, that stimulates us remembering who we are, remembering where we come from, and remembering what we're here to do in this life. And sometimes we just forget to ask, and sometimes we need to be reminded, hey, there's some things we can ask. We can ask for guidance to come in. We can ask for not more than just guidance to come in. We can ask for loads of different aspects of life to come in. We can ask for wealth. We can ask for love. We can ask for all sorts of things to come into our life. And half the time it's about remembering how to ask, and remembering what's the right questions and what we need to do in order to remember how to bring all of that stuff in. That's what this course is about. It's not a retreat. I don't want it to be a retreat. It's that where you go away and you come back, wow, I had a great time. No, it's not about that. It's about integrating some small practices into our daily life. It's not about I don't want this to be a practice that takes us out of our daily life so much, but more tweaks some of the practices we do in our daily life, and tweaks some of the programs that we have in our inner world, so that we can create different realities while living our normal life. I don't want this to be like a holiday that we go on and then we come back and go, wow, great holiday, now I'm back to my normal mundane reality. No, it's not about that. It's about making our normal mundane reality a spiritual remembering experience, and that's what this needs to be. So this is a journey more than anything else, and it's a journey that I'm going to be on. And because I'm going to be on it as well, there's going to be a lot of new things coming up, and a lot of interesting things and intuitive things, and lots of spontaneous things coming up, not just for me, but for anybody who wants to join in for this process as well. And this is why I make it a a 2-month journey, and I say 2-month loosely because this is an ongoing life journey, but I'd like to give it a start and maybe a finish as well. Inside of those 2 months I'm going to be very flexible, and if it goes a little bit longer for whatever personal reasons, for the stories that might be created within a group dynamic, then that's the way it is. But this is a journey which I would like to offer, to share with a greater group of people, because I know when more than one person comes in together to do the same thing with a similar intention of personal growth and self-realization, then miracles happen, big changes can be instigated and can be created so much easier, so much faster, and there's going to be a dynamic where a group can support each other, hold space for each other, and this will be maybe a beautiful experience. And if it's just me and one other person, then that's the group, and fantastic. And if it's more than that, then it's going to be even more interesting, I have no doubt whatsoever. I'm going to share just maybe two classes a week. That's all it's going to be, but with a bunch of homework, with group support on the side, and with maybe another video tutorial format being shared that can be seen and picked up at any time. This is going to be a private group where we're going to just interact with ourselves. I will be sharing some of the stuff to a greater audience, but this is mostly going to be something that I want to be building on from week to week, from month to month. And this is the purpose: is greater self-awareness, elevating our consciousness, and more conscious creativity in our lives, and basically healing, becoming whole, remembering the spirit that's inside of us, and using the tarot and its wonderful symbolic gifts in order to do so. If this inspires you in any way, drop me a line. I'm going to be posting some of the more detailed information between now and the solstice. I'm not too sure what's going to happen on the solstice, but we're going to be I'll do something there which will be a live session at 4 o'clock British Standard Time, and anybody wants to join in that moment, then great, just tune in. If not, there'll be a replay for everyone to see as well. All my love, and have a fantastic day as usual.